Okta-dokta. Good morning, guys. It's a Wednesday, hump day. Oh my god, I'm going on day 6 of being sick. I have been deep in the sick haze for 6 whole days, and it's not showing any signs of regression. It's not showing any signs of getting better. Each day I get new symptoms. I'm back to day 1. Like, I'm in the later symptoms right now, like the intense mucus and like constant nose running, which are later stage symptoms. But I'm also getting again the early day symptoms, and like the early my throat's starting to hurt again. My chest feels like a weight. It's like the early symptoms are coming back, so it's like I'm just regressing, and it's horrible. Horror. Anyway, let's not. Oh no. Shoot, I don't know where my next opportunity is going to be to adjust this. Maybe here. I'll do like a quick swab. No. Guess I'm filming myself. Anyway. Let me do this move here. There we go. Okay, so it's not really what I wanted to talk about today. I actually wanted to do this topic yesterday, but I was just really not feeling great, not in a great mood, didn't feel like I could get my points articulated properly. But today I really want to discuss something, because yesterday I listened to the new Procrastinators podcast episode on Marvel vs. DC, which it wasn't a great podcast by any means. It was kind of sucked. But that's not the point. It got me thinking. Some of the points that they made, thinking like how many great superhero movies came out this year, and I'm just thinking 2017 not a great year for film in general, may be the best year for superhero movies ever. And hear me out, because a lot of you are going to jump right back to 2008, which was the home to Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, and The Dark Knight. All 3 of those were fantastic movies. Oh shit, I forgot to use my blinker. Oh man, I'm part of the problem. All of those were fantastic movies, don't get me wrong. 3 double whammy, amazing superhero comic book movies that year. And I would say, I guess I agree with them, even though those 3 aren't anywhere near my favorite superhero comic book movies. But I think this year so far just may have the highest condensation of like quality top tier superhero comic movies. And I'm rambling a lot because I'm sick and I'm not thinking straight, and I still haven't had coffee, and I'm just completely incoherent. Anyway, so what do we got this year? Think about it, we got, what am I doing? Why am I so laggy? Oh my god, this is real. This is how feeling absolutely horrible but still going into work every single day feels. It's just so extraneous on your mind and your body. Anyway, so this year we've got Logan. Was really the start of this season, I guess, so to say. Logan, fantastic movie. Honestly, almost usurped Days of Future Past as my favorite superhero movie. It was a well, no, I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece. It has its issues, but it's a great movie, and it's very, when you get a great X-Men movie, it's always a great feeling, because the X-Men cinematic universe is filled with blunders as well as masterpieces. Like, some of the X-Men movies are some of my all-time favorite movies, while some of them are absolutely horrible. Like, for example, X-Men Days of Future Past, one of my all-time favorite movies, period. While X-Men Apocalypse was absolutely terrible, one of the worst movies of 2016. So, you could sort of get that sort of dichotomy from that example, and it's always great when we get a good X-Men movie. And this year we got one, and it was a fantastic end of sort of the traditional X-Men timeline that we've perceived, and it's going to continue into new avenues, new spin-offs, and new characters, which I really like this new start, this new deviation, as they introduce X-23, who's probably going to lead a new group of characters in future movies, which was pretty awesome. But yeah, I'm rambling on how great Logan was, but Logan was a masterpiece. I honestly, for a dark superhero movie, I honestly prefer... Fucking dick. I honestly prefer Logan to The Dark Knight, which came out in 2008. Like, Dark Knight's a fantastic movie, don't get me wrong, but I honestly prefer Logan to Dark Knight. And then we get Guardian. Everyone talks about how the Marvel Cinematic Universe is the best thing since sliced bread, and I tend to agree with them sometimes. Sometimes I just get in this anti-Marvel Cinematic Universe mood. Up until this year, there's no Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. Perhaps Civil War was great, but there's no Marvel Cinematic Universe movie that I could solidly say was fantastic or amazing. They're all very good. There's no that cross that threshold into masterpiece territory. Like, a lot of, for all the love Marvel Cinematic Universe gets, it's very memey. It's very sort of contrived with regards to its connections, and like, there's a lot of issues that I have with the Marvel Cinematic Universe that not many people take to light. I'm still a fan, don't get me wrong, but think about it, before this year, was there really any masterpiece level, amazing, fantastic, favorite movie of all time movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? No. I mean, nothing was really remarkable, I guess so to say, until this year, where we got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which, by all means, is pretty much a near-perfect film. Like, it's honestly, it's probably as close to perfection as you could possibly get. Like, I just remember going out of Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and saying they did everything right. They did everything that the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been doing wrong and corrected it. I mean, the memeiness was the only strike I'd say against it, like the Baby Groot shit, and like the taser face crap, like all that, and all the meme lines that they knew that they just threw in there to make memes was pretty fucking annoying. But it's honestly, like, thinking back, like, other than this meme shit that was contrived by the studio, not even the filmmakers, it's a perfect movie, essentially. Like, as every story element that you like to see, it has every character receives immense development. Every character that you liked from the first one got even better. Like Yondu, I couldn't give two shits out of it after the first one, and now he's one of my favorite characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And you just have all this great, like, these great character moments and this great building, and they had a great villain. And Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is definitely my favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, and it's the best one. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, kids. And then, not to forget, before we get into the one of the big contenders, not to forget Power Rangers. I've never seen a single Power Rangers episode in my life. I know it's not really a comic book property, but it's become entrenched in comic book culture, especially with all the Power Rangers comic book series emerging. I think Guru Hero is going to start one this summer that I'm definitely going to read, especially after this movie. The Power Rangers movie was great. Like, who would have thought this shitty Power Rangers live action reboot movie would be, like, great? I've never seen a single episode of the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, any of the Power Rangers iterations. I've never seen a single piece or consumed a single piece of Power Rangers media prior to going into this movie, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's like it's a really enjoyable ride, and It's like they kept the over the topness and cheesiness that define Power Rangers, while also sort of making a dark reboot. It's not a dark reboot. That's the thing. It's just a good movie, which is advertised as a dark reboot. So yeah, I'm gonna throw Power Rangers in there, to be honest. A lot of people are praising Lego Batman. I just saw the trailers and I'm like, this looks horrible. I'm not gonna see it. Apparently I judged a book by its cover, because apparently Lego Batman's fantastic or something. I still don't plan on making any huge efforts to see Lego Batman anytime soon. But finally, leading up to Wonder Woman, I made a claim that it was my favorite comic book movie since X-Men Days of Future Past in 2014. But then thinking back, I honestly think I may have enjoyed both Logan and Guardians of the Galaxy slightly more, and just forgot about their potency in the wake of Wonder Woman, in the wake of the hype. Which, just thinking back, I'm just like, I said that about Wonder Woman, which came out. Wonder Woman was the first good DC Cinematic Universe film. Obviously, we have the Dark Knight trilogy, all fantastic movies that aren't really part of this cinematic universe. But then think about what we're comparing to: Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Suicide Squad. The latter, I never saw Man of Steel, but I heard not great things. And the latter two of that list was absolute garbage. Like, Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad are both horrible movies. And you can watch the director's cut of Batman v Superman all you want. It's terrible. That's what I watched. It's terrible. It's absolute garbage. But anyway, I digress. Wonder Woman, fantastic movie. Not near perfect by any means, but such an enjoyable, awesome, really, really solid comic book movie. If Guardians of the Galaxy on a technical level was near perfection, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 that is, Wonder Woman was on a pure emotional and satisfactory level, Wonder Woman was that 10 out of 10. And I don't give number ratings anymore. I feel like they're not reflective of anything. I feel like they're just so arbitrary and so meaningless. So I just give my opinions on things, and I feel like that's a better way to approach it. Like, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I'd give it 9 out of 10. I gave the first one a 9 out of 10 back when I did do numerical reviews. And I think Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is a far superior movie. Do they deserve the same rating? No. Ratings are so temporary, constant, ever-changing. Like, it's just like, it's a pointless system. Anyway, I digress. This year, we're only halfway through 2017. We have had 3 top-tier, fantastic comic book superhero movies. And even if you're in the fan of more traditional shit, you got season 2 of Boku no Hero Academia has been going wild. Fans have been going wild. I personally have decided I no longer enjoy Boku no Hero Academia, but if you do, all the power to you. You have a great superhero piece of media, a great superhero show, adaptation, going on right now, and you can go watch it immediately. If you don't know what that is, it's an anime. It's My Hero Academia. It's an adaptation of the manga of the same name. It's pretty much like a more serious version of Sky High, if you're interested in that kind of thing. Still stand by that Sky High's the best superhero movie. Kill me. Anyway, so we are only halfway through 2017. We still have SpiderMan Homecoming, which I'm as big of a fan of Spider-Man as everyone else. It's probably like one of my favorite Marvel properties. Like for example, Ultimate Spider-Man, one of my favorite Marvel comic series, one of my favorite Marvel comic runs ever. So, just to give you that perspective. And I'm very, very I'm very cautious about Spider-Man Homecoming, very pessimistic. It doesn't look great, and I'm really a little nervous that they're so ready on the meme, to bank on the meme factor that was Spider-Man in Captain America Civil War. Like, you already see the trailers, and it's just banking on this complete and utter meme factor. And I'm just a little nervous about it. I'm just a little nervous that they're not going to they're gonna get too lazy on this project. But then we have Thor Ragnarok coming out in November, which I don't know what to think about Thor Ragnarok. I mean, the trailer was pumping and kick-ass, but think about it, every Thor trailer has been pumping and kick-ass, and every Thor movie hasn't been great. I mean, I enjoyed the first Thor movie when I saw it, but it's not that great, and Thor 2 is horrible. Like, it's a horrible movie. So it's by far the worst Marvel Cinematic Universe film. Iron Man 3 is up there, but yeah, so like you have that, but just like then we have Justice League, which is a big in the bag right now. Like we have no idea whether or not Justice League is going to be any good. Like Wonder Woman, if sides point to Wonder Woman, it's going to be great because Wonder Woman was fantastic. But the issue that we do have is that there's been so many changes. Zack Snyder quit the project after his daughter died, which is really sad, and I respect him for that. But we have Joss Whedon on the helm now, who did the first Avengers film, and Avengers, the first one, get ready to kill me, get ready to chase after me with pitchforks, get ready to get super pissed at me. The first Avengers is very overrated. It's not that good. It's good, but it's not great. And by any means, it was just the hype of the time. And I even felt this. I felt this deep-seated feeling when I first saw the original Avengers. I've been in denial for so long. I'm like, oh, this is a masterpiece. Because everyone else was clapping and saying how much of a masterpiece it was. But the original Avengers is not that great. I honestly think Age of Ultron, which got a little bit panned, was way better. And I really enjoy Age of Ultron. I don't think it's like a great, fantastic masterpiece or anything. But it's a really solid movie. And, yeah, this is ridiculous. Let me try to maneuver my way around here. Anyway. So, yeah, we have 3 really, really up in the air comic book movies coming out the rest of the year that could change the course of this. But so far, we have had 4 extremely solid comic book superhero movies this year so far. So, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 I'd consider a near-perfect film, like I said. Wonder Woman I consider fantastic. Logan was fantastic too. 2 fantastics and 1 near-perfection. And, yeah, I mean, I really stand by my opinion that 2017 has been so far the best year for comic book superhero movies. So, yeah, that's pretty much. I think I've exhausted my rambling and repetitiveness and not going to the point for so long. I feel absolutely horrible.
Okay, so I know you can't see anything. I know, because my phone's low battery and it's flashing. I'm close to falling asleep. But anyway, I talked a lot about comic book movies, and obviously this year is the release of the Defenders series, which I was really looking forward to. But today, the new social media campaign that Marvel just launched for the Defenders series is one of the worst things I've ever seen. It's so bad. It's so just fundamentally terrible on all levels. It's absolutely horrible. I just thought that's something to note, because this is something that I'll forget about in a day or two, and I feel like it's something cool to look back on how horrible the social media campaign was. But yeah, good night.